I'm a simple trend girly. Is that a thing? I just love how vintage florals, or what I'm calling vintage florals, or like wildflower ditzy. This might just be like the best idea I've ever had. I'm speechless at how good these look. And this is one piece of information that I never came across. Look at that pretty face. Does anyone else ever feel like, oh, I have my hair and my makeup done, I should film something? I wasn't going to film till tonight, but I'm probably going to be kind of like sweaty after my workout and stuff. And so like I wanted to get the intro like now. Not to toot my own horn, but I don't know what has come over me. I have somehow managed to throw together out of nowhere this brand new collection, start to finish. I have my first market of the season in 4 days, and it's an overnight, which is a whole nother like non-businessy preparation, like if you are a parent. And my daughter's home on spring break this week with me. She's currently occupied with a paint project on the porch. So I have like, 5 more minutes until she's gonna need me. And I managed to finish not 1, but 2 patterns start to finish for the brand new crochet kits that are gonna come out in April. I am feeling legit. I also had like a lot of coffee when my daughter and I got home from shopping. And so I'm like, let's do this. I don't know what has come over me, but I'm just like, if we could just carry on with this, get it done vibe like all year, that'd be great. So here's the plan for the week. This is just a quick, short, just kind of showing the collection and a little bit of behind the scenes of how I market prep. I'm going to show you my market prep checklist, and then I'm going to hopefully show you like all the collections of patterns, like all the matchy things together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the jumbo quilteds that still need to be completely quilted. The pale pink, I'm calling this like a rust daisy, the snail mushroom, and the light coquette bows. So I will be sewing these tonight after my daughter goes to bed, but everything else is finished. So let me show you some of the new things. So here are all of the bow keychain wallets. They don't have the bows on them right now because I want to take pictures of them with and without the bows, because some people might not want the bows. I think I'm going to offer the option. Everything that comes with a bow, I'm going to offer the option to not get the bow for a slightly different price. And then I also made pretty much the same size with the tab, but without the swivel clip keychain component. So it's, where's a good one? Here's a good one. So it's just like a little pouch. This could be like just anything and everything that you could just throw in your purse or your backpack or your bag. I was thinking this would be really great for like small pouches for feminine products, like for girls. This is the former teacher in me, like middle school girls are so awkward. There are 2 types of junior high girls. Okay, the one, of course, where they're like, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I want to be like, I'm a girl too, but then the boys are always like, because they're so nosy, they're like white on rice watching the girls, anyways. And then the other kind is they just do not care. They'll just come right up to me and just blurt out, I need to go to the bathroom too, fill in the blank. I almost thought about telling this one story. And if any of my former coworkers were watching this, they're probably not. They would know exactly who I'm talking about, but we're just not going to talk about her because I can't talk about her and not imitate her voice, and it's kind of bad. But anyways, I think she would try to gross the boys out, because whenever she would come say whatever she was going to say, gross whatever, or something that she needed because she was having struggles that she would just blurt out in class, feminine struggles, the boys would just kind of like hoodie. Oh, middle school. I feel so rushed because any minute my daughter is gonna be like, Mommy. Okay, the next product I managed to finish is all the AirPod cases, and they're kind of wonky, and so they're kind of hard to hold up. But here's one of them. Okay, I did watch a few videos on how other people make them, and I did something very similar, but I finished mine differently because I only wanted one line of top stitching all around, so I did mine a little bit different. Let me show you. Here's a good strawberry one. So we've got the swivel clasp here with the tab, and then the way I did mine, there it is. Be right back. She is trying to do a painting project by herself, and so I got her set up for now, but I'm gonna try and wrap this up so I don't have paint splattered all over my porch. Okay, so I just did one row of stitching all the way around. I did a curved finish instead of some of them I saw like were kind of like, you know, clipped on the sides and then just an easy snap. And I also wanted to show you how like it's a one size. I really wanted to try to avoid having one size for regular AirPods and another size for AirPod Pro. That's just because they're actually very similar in size. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, here's mine, here's the regular, and then here is my husband's. Okay, so this is really how they open, right? I'm not showing you this side because it's really, really dirty because my husband uses them in the shop and stuff. But if you just turn the AirPod Pro this way, they both fit. Okay, so this one is the regular and it just slides right in. Super easy, right? And then this one, instead of, because the ones I saw that were for AirPod Pro, they would always like just open like this way, like you slide it in this way. Why not just make it go this way? Like you still have to take them out, you know, to get the AirPods out. So I just made it where you just slide it in like this. I made it slightly taller. Okay, it's snug, like it's not going anywhere. It's snug, but it fits. I just realized I have paint on my fingers. Yep, so that's the AirPod Pro. And this is what the AirPod regular, it's not what it's called, regular AirPods look like. I feel like I have to point out that this is yet another example where my crafty hoarding paid off. I just feel so validated. Can I just say the last several months, left and right, I have held on to stuff through our move. Side note, when we moved, my entire, and it is, my craft room was nothing like it is now. 2 entire truckloads. I have a Dodge Ram. 2 truckloads of stuff into our new house. And now it would, I don't even know. Anywho, this random, very old bag of, I don't even have these kinds of cups anymore. Snap kit, like this is a Dritz snap kit, like these little snaps right here. I've had that literally for like 10 years because way back years ago, before my daughter was even born, I was trying to make cloth diapers. And I did successfully make those, but that's a story for another day. But I was like, this would just be good to have. Literally have not used it since. Until now. Same with these like keychain thingies. I cannot think or speak today. My daughter and I have been shopping all day, and we went to Michael's and Hobby Lobby because she had birthday money to burn, and I needed more fabric that I'm going to show you in a minute, and it's like 3 o'clock and I feel like my brain is absolutely fried. But anyways, again, haven't made these kinds of keychains in 3 or 4 years. Held on to the hardware, a whole tub of it, and all the tools that come with it. Trends are going to come back around, so you just hold on to all your crafty hoarding. And if you have a husband like mine, you might need to hide it. I'm just kidding. As long as it's in this room, he doesn't come in here unless he needs to use my printer. But this was my big haul from the Hobby Lobby store today. I think I got a new one. I got 3 new ones. I only got 1 yard of each. I did really, really well just to see like which patterns people tend to gravitate towards more. I did get 2 yards of this one because, okay, the new ones are, this fabric is so heavy. It's like moving the camera. Okay, so the green plaid, like the calico green plaid, that was like one of my favorites. I found the same thing in pink. So I definitely got some of that. I mean, anything pink, I've noticed, whether it's something in fabric, it's something crocheted, if it's in pink, it's going to sell. Like literally, it doesn't matter what kind of crochet animal it is. If it's a cat, if it's a dragon, if it's a turtle, if it's pink, it's gonna sell. Pro tip. The other one I got, and I have seen other makers with this fabric already, just full disclosure, I'm not copying them. I just love it. I love it. I love it. And it really goes with, I feel like it goes with this one and this one, like really, really well. I just love how vintage florals, or what I'm calling vintage florals, or like wildflower, ditzy wildflower, is just coming back around. I feel like it's timeless and all kinds of different age groups could really like it. And I just thought this was like really different. I like how it's got the strawberries in there, and some of the strawberries aren't even ripe. I just think it's so pretty. The only one that will not be in like a full matchy in the restock is the mauve bee. I don't know if I have one of each of this fabric pattern for all of the product types. I only got half a yard of this when I was first getting back on my sewing bandwagon, and I haven't been able to find it since. I need to check online, and I really hope they still have it, because this is like already caught a lot of people's eye. And I did white stitching and a white zipper on this, but on everything else I did black stitching with a black zipper, and it just really popped really, really well. Also, these 3 new ones that I got, these are not going to be in the Bells and Blossoms launch. I had fabric ADD when I was in the store, and I just decided to grab these last minute. I'm not gonna have time to get these done before the market this weekend, and I already know next week I have back-to-back weekend markets, and I'm not gonna have time to make one of each in these next week. It'll be all I can do to restock whatever I need to restock for the Tater Days. That's what it's called here in the South, Tater Days in Benton, Kentucky, if you're in the area, and edit my vlogs for the week and do all the mommy wifey things. So I'll probably just like add these randomly. I'll update on my Instagram and TikTok and stuff. It won't be like in a collection. I'll just, as soon as I can in the next few weeks, I'll get these added. Okay, that's all for right now until this evening when I come back in here and it's all dark, because I need to go make sure my porch is not covered in paint. Going to like talk on camera this late at night because it is 11:33 and I've been sewing for a couple hours, and I've got the last 4 quilted zippers, lining, top stitch done. So while I'm getting them ready for the next step, I just checked a bunch of my notifications for the video that went up today. Today's Tuesday. And so many people commented about the baby chicks, and say less. Because, okay, so they're a couple weeks old now and they're starting to feather, And my husband had to build a just like a ramshackle cover for the top. So since you asked, I'll show you in the morning. I'll have to take the cover off. So what we did, I was terrified of the heat lamp situation, and long story short, we were supposed to get a flock from a friend, and then we ended up getting the chicks instead. So like I didn't have a brooder plate or anything like that, and I was just so scared about this heat lamp situation. But we have a squat rack in our garage, and so I'm just I'm just clipping like the outside lining and like pinning everything inside out so I can start sewing. And so I used a huge tote, put the sand in it. We're using sand instead of bedding because they're gonna have sand in their coop, and it's been unseasonably warm here, so it's fine. And I attached the heat clamp to the barbell. So I just set the barbell like on the squat rack like I usually do, like on the lowest setting, and then the tub is in the squat rack. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, but I thought it was pretty smart because then I can just raise the barbell up as they need less and less heat. Like today was so warm outside, I opened the garage and I turned it off for a while and just let some fresh air and sunlight come in there, and they were not huddling together. They were pretty cozy. So when I saw everyone commenting on the baby chicks, I thought that was so funny because the whole baby chick thing made me remember this really neat business tip, which I never thought I would say that in the same sentence, like ever. Baby chicks reminded me of a business tip, but like way back when I was not starting my business, but wanting to take it from hobby to full-time when I knew I was going to leave the classroom, I read, watched, listened to gobs of information, right? Just trying to like really dig in and like do it legit, right? And this is one piece of information that I never came across, and I will credit Noelle Creates. I watched Noelle from the get-go probably a good 2 years ago, and I've just watched her explode over the last few years. Kudos to her. But she has said multiple times on some of her videos about how on your social accounts, like your Instagram, your TikTok, and then even your YouTube, like whatever your business is, that and whatever your target audience is, like that's the kind of content that you only need to be exposing your account to. So like on YouTube, I like to listen to a lot of like Bailey Sarian, Mr. Ballin, like when I'm cleaning and stuff, and a lot of like homemaking, like gardening, recipes, that kind of stuff. That has nothing to do with my business. So she was like, make a separate account for that because it confuses the algorithm. And how that's relevant to the chickens is on my TikTok, I like that's all my TikTok was. I have learned so much about chickens from TikTok. Now I grew up with chickens, but like I didn't pay attention to like the nitty gritty, right? And this was also in a different state, different climate, all that jazz. And so literally, if you were to open my TikTok, here I am posting about businessy things and launch things and whatnot, but my For You page and all my following is like gardening, pressure canning, tips for keeping a clean house, chicken coop this, roosters that. Like nothing to do with my business. And I knew this bit of information. I've already done this for my other accounts, but I don't know. I didn't do it for my TikTok. So last night I created another TikTok. I don't even have a profile picture. And then I went back and followed like all my favorite accounts. And so I need to work on being not so long-winded. I'm sorry. But I'm saying all that to say, like, if you are a small business owner and you had not heard that bit of information, because I thought I had heard it all, but I stand corrected. That was a very interesting tidbit, and I don't know if this helped me grow on YouTube or not. I feel like my growth on YouTube has been very organic. Like I didn't pay for any extra help or anything like that, and it just has felt very natural. But way back in the fall, when I heard this tidbit, I created the second account so I can listen to my Mr. Ballin and all the homemaking, homesteading things, not on my business page. My videos started doing really, like, for me, really well. I don't know. It doesn't hurt to try, right? It is way past my bedtime. Like, I don't usually stay up this late, like, ever, but here lately I've been doing a lot of late night sewing because, I don't know, we've just been so busy during the day. So I'm sewing this tonight because tomorrow I'm going to hopefully be editing the part 2 of the market vlog sometime tomorrow. I don't know when that's going to be. I also wanted to press the apparel for this weekend, but that's probably going to get pushed to Thursday because Thursday is going to be really rainy, and I want to get as many pictures tomorrow as possible of all the things that I have made, which is why I'm trying to get these done. So just moving around all the things that need to be done in the blocks of time that I have with my daughter being home. So I'm just doing the best I can. This is one of those weeks I didn't even plug anything in. I just literally have a to-do list, and whenever I can get it done is when I'm getting it done. Good morning, sweet girl. Hello. Hello. This is Blue. She's not really grayish blue anymore, but she's getting her feathers in, and she doesn't want to show you her face. There she is. Look at that pretty face. Look at that pretty face. Okay. Okay, you want to go back down? Usually she's the one that doesn't want to get out of my hands, but they're all kinds of frazzled because of this thing. They're not used to this thing being moved. Oh, yeah. You want to go for a ride? You want to go for a ride? All right, this is a black sexton. And I don't want to show you her wings because they are all kinds of frazzled this morning. My dog got out here accidentally, and she does not care about them at all. She just kind of looks at them, but they're just not used to her yet. So I really, whoop. Hey, how are you, little squirt? Happy Wednesday. I had to get a cup of coffee. It is 1:30 in the afternoon. My daughter and I were running errands earlier today, and I stayed up till 1 a.m. That's right, 1 a.m. last night sewing. And I was so wired from being awake. I actually had a hard time going to sleep. But that is not like me. I am not a stay up late girly, and I am feeling it. But I need to get through this afternoon. Today is picture day. I have 4 of the bags. I just need to finish the inside corners and then turn them right side out and sew the lining shut. And then it is all about pictures. I told my daughter I need 1 hour to do this, and then we're gonna go outside. So if you hear her in the background, I'm just trying to get through spring break. I wanted to show you when we were at Hobby Lobby yesterday. Like, I wasn't really looking for displays, but I'm always looking just to see what they have. This was, if you get them half off, this was like $10, and I thought this was the perfect narrow tiered size, and it's white, so all my aesthetic is like white or white wood. And I thought for these zipper pouches that don't have, they're just like an anything purse pouch that does not have the keychain, that the keychain can like hang on my grid walls. I thought maybe these would be better down in the bottom. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. I should have got 2 of them. If I ever go back and I see another one, I'll get another one. But oh, that's so pretty. And then I almost dumped the AirPod cases in my coffee. That would have been bad. Okay, that's not gonna work. I think I do want the AirPod cases to hang. I think these are just big enough to hang on the peg hooks that I have for my grid wall. So I'm not sure what I'll put up here. Maybe just like another row, or corner bookmarks would look good on the top there. I mean, for $10, that's really worth it. Hobby Lobby at the 50% off is where I've gotten a lot of my smaller display things. Don't ever pay full price. Wait till it goes on sale.
Stay behind that list. They tell you in your career to do what you love.
a fashionista. She made me these earrings earlier today when we stopped by her Gamey's house. I think she did a pretty good job. Future crafter. So while I'm turning these bags right side out, let's start talking about market things. And so I've got my two different checklists here that I'm just gonna reference. So I talked about this last year when I started doing market vlogs, but I'm just gonna go even more in depth and elaborate as much as I can without rambling too much in coming market vlogs in the spring and then on into the fall. So over the years, I've accumulated what I call my market checklist. And then I split it into like the day of or the day before, like everything to do with packing and everything that's needed to take to the event. And then what I call the pre-show checklist that can be, you know, up to a few weeks before a show. And not everything on the checklist applies to every show, you know, especially if it's indoor versus outdoor or, you know, a variety of factors can affect that. And so, oh gosh, if I'm just like randomly gasping, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So on the pre-show checklist, you can see that I've got like a lot of stuff already highlighted. It's a lot of things that you wouldn't necessarily think of. So there's 3 categories. There's upon acceptance, weeks before, and then days before the show. And I like kind of add to this, take away from this as some are needed and some are not. But things that I've already done, for example, packaging and bags ordered, craft fair promotions. Like if you shop with me at craft fair events, I always hand out some kind of coupon upon purchase. It could be like free shipping on the website. It could be, I don't know, some kind of coupon. Get cash. You know, I went by the bank to make sure I had cash for the till box. Make sure the Jackery and the DeWalt batteries are charged. You know, that's something super specific. Not everyone has a Jackery #1, which I highly recommend. The best $100 you'll ever spend for a market show. And DeWalt batteries, we have DeWalt portable fans that take batteries that we take with us to outdoor events. And so this is just really, it can be really haggard and scattered, especially this week since, again, my daughter is home with me and I feel very discombobulated as far as planning. I'm literally flying by the seat of my pants this week. And so I feel like this is not like a true market prep how I typically prep for markets. And so that's coming though, once I get back on my game and back in the groove of things, I'm gonna do a real market prep vlog. So I got this little, it's like a wool mat that you can just tabletop iron stuff down really quick. And I really like it for when my ironing board feels like it's kind of in the way or I just have small stuff like this. The most important column on the pre-show checklist is the days before the show, is stock completed, items tagged and packaged, display props gathered. So like depending on what show it is and what I'm bringing, like that can very much depend on what props or displays I bring. And so just making sure that those are, if they've needed a touch up of paint or whatever it is, I've got those ready to go. Truck gassed. My daughter and I stopped today and gassed up the truck. Outfit planned and food planned. I really only plan outfits two different times. So like if it's going to be super hot at an event and I want to make sure I'm super comfy, I want to make sure those comfy clothes are clean and ready to go. Or if it's an event like a holiday market, especially there's one in the fall that I do where there's like a girls' night and I make sure like my hair's done, makeup's on, like I'm ready and like look really nice for the event. Double check online versus market stock. I have made this mistake in the past where I've literally sold something, the last of one thing at a market and online. I don't have this problem as much anymore because if I have that low of a stock of something, I just take it off the website completely. Or if it's a closeout and something I'm never going to bring to a market, then I just make it to where that's not going to be an issue anymore. So next on the list is print event maps and directions. So when you are emailing or communicating with an event coordinator, you should be receiving a map of the layout. Sometimes you don't get that until you get there, and that's kind of like, I mean, I get it. I just turned this right back out the way I had it because I'm talking. I just like to get an idea of what it looks like, especially if I've never been there before. Also, a lot of events you can only load and unload certain places, and so I just like to already know what the game plan is before we get there. Update price list and signage. I have a few things printed already that I need to laminate. Print laminate signs, print day of checklist, update Square inventory. So I use Square for my markets. I know that Shopify has their own checkout system for like in-person things, but it's kind of expensive and I already have a Square checkout stand. And so there's an app on Shopify where you can link those two. You can link like your Square and your Shopify, and I think it's paid. I've never used it before. Last year, I was not too busy that I couldn't just manually do that myself. But I'll be the first to tell you that that's not sustainable long term. I don't recommend it unless, again, it's just like a hobby business for you. If you're full time and you're really busy, I highly recommend getting that app that syncs the stock for you. Oh, this is gonna be, I just can't get over this 3-tone pink. Like, I'm not a bow girly, but I say that, and like the whole theme of my bells and blossoms is like a bow on the bags. But I'm really not a bow girly, but I just really like how these bows look. And then there's this one. This one's really unique. So it's like a floral. It's also like kind of a minty green, but it has mushrooms and snails. Like, I didn't see the snails until I was already ready to have it cut at the table. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but based on all my girlies in the comments, and thank you so much, I love reading everyone's comments and I try really hard to respond to everyone, but we like the trends. For example, cherries or strawberries or bows or plaid. We like trendy stuff, but we don't like it too much. Am I wrong or am I right? Because I like trends too. For example, I know I just said like the bows, or like daisies are also really trendy, but I like it just simple and like not overdone. And that's why I am so drawn to the Hobby Lobby fabrics lately, because they've always been great about their fabrics, but something in just the last few years, I don't know if they got a new design team or what, but like they are just on point. Like, I like all of them. I already saw a bunch of them in there that I thought would be really great for fall. I put them back. I did not buy them yet. I'm a simple trend girly. Is that a thing? Okay, so I have one of everything made that I know of. I guess we'll find out once I start taking pictures if I missed like a bow here and there. But anyways, it's time to take pictures, and I'm gonna share like how I do it. It is not fancy. It's literally just using what I have or what I've made or what I've gotten really, really cheap. So I don't really have a setup. Okay, so I don't remember where I got this little basket, but I think this really colorful basket of hobby yarn just looks really, really good in background. I got this hobby yarn to learn how to punch needle. Still haven't learned how to punch needle. I think it's a really cool like texture. Anywho, so this is one of my props that I use and I put in the back of the pictures. And then depending on what I'm taking pictures of, I made these daisies for decor for my room. They are my brand colors, and here's just like a little crochet heart, and that's flat, and then this is a stuffed crochet heart. So I use these to, like, here's the desk and then here's the wall. I will put them like right there to just to kind of like hide that like line between them. And then this is a new one. This is actually Christmassy. I think I got this at TJ Maxx, and it's got some of the hooks that I don't use as much. These are awful if you crochet Boyer or whatever from Walmart. I don't even know why I kept them. I literally never use these. These are trash if you're a crocheter. Clover all the way. Clover or tulip are the best. But anyways, this is also on brand and really, really cute, and also like hides stuff in the background a little bit. So I try to do the pictures on a very bright and sunny day. That's why I moved stuff around. I'm going to do it today instead of tomorrow because tomorrow was supposed to be a little cloudy and rainy. Now it's not, but we're already doing this today. And it is 2:20 in the afternoon. So between like 1 and 4 is the best time in the afternoon when the sun comes around my window. And I don't do it directly in front of the window just because I don't want the window in the background, so I do it on the wall next to the window. And I do turn on my ring light. You don't have to have a ring light. You can always like edit and increase the brightness if you need to, but I never ever edit like the saturation of a picture. I want the colors to be as true as possible, if that makes sense. And there are many, many times I have taken a whole slew of pictures and I've deleted all of them because it was just not the day to take pictures and I hated them and I did not want to like overly edit them, if that makes sense. So I don't think there's anything wrong with like specifically buying like photo props, but I like functionality. Like I like to have stuff in my room that I use, but it's also cute and it's totally fine if it's in the background of pictures. Like my sewing machine is in the background of pictures all the time. It's beautiful. I'm biased. Like it is a beautiful machine, but like I have a sewing business, so I don't think there's anything wrong with like using your crochet hooks, or if you have really cute snips or something. Like that's why I put my hooks like in this little, I don't even know what it would be. Like I guess it's supposed to be like a plant holder or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to say like don't overthink it. And like if I did not start off this way, I've accumulated these things like as I see something really cheap on sale. This thing right here that I keep like all my thread and just like sewing things on. We've got like my little thing of logo tags. I got that at the dollar store for like 10 or 12 bucks. I think it was like $10. So just like when you're out and about, just keep an eye out like casually and you'll be surprised what you find.
On a horse named Trigger from a town just east of the Mississippi River, and saw her standing there in a little blue dress. She was the prettiest girl he ever did see, but she almost wouldn't let him buy her a drink, 'cause her dad said ace high girls don't talk to cattle hands. But she took his arm and then when they shared the sweetest kiss, he brought his pipe up to his lips and said, all the stars in the eastern sky couldn't bring me back. But he left her in the morning without a goodbye or a warning, all alone with a broken heart and missing flags, and a soft spot for cowboys and long jacks. She swore off men.
I'm trying to do better about including in the product photography like stuff that might be used with the bag. Like I was using like these are some really nice crochet hooks that I bought one time, like chapstick, lotion, just like an anything bag. It could be a craft bag, makeup bag, whatever. I do not have like nice looking makeup, so like that's why I didn't use actual makeup. So I would say I'm like over halfway with a lot of the pictures. So tomorrow I'll take all the jumbo quilted boxy bags and like the groups of the collections, but I need to do my nails because I like to hold stuff up sometimes like this. And my nails usually aren't that bad in the wintertime, but I've been outside, like I said, getting my gardening going and stuff and just washing them a lot, and my nails are awful. You can literally see my stack of quilted bags back there waiting to be photographed. Also, folks, if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm gonna drop my handle down below. I post a lot of like behind the scenes on the day-to-day basis. That's where I also post like cheeky updates and stuff. And then sometimes I do ask polls like, would you prefer this over that? And so come join the community. I feel like that coffee didn't do anything, but I'm going to be done filming for today. I need to switch gears and go start editing, and so much for working out today. That didn't happen.
'Cause the stars, they never look the same as the night she spent laying on his chest. The town's full.
Good morning. It is the day before we are both packing and leaving for my first spring market, and to say today is a busy day is an understatement. So here's what I've mapped out, both personal and business, because I feel like it's not talked about enough when you're prepping in your business and when you're prepping for markets and all that. Like, if you are a parent, it is so much more than prepping for your business, especially if you are going on an overnight stay and Gammy is coming to save the day. Hi, Gammy. I know you're watching. Love you. Okay, I needed to finish making the new market signs and laminating, which I just did. I had to update the all the new products that I made that I'm taking pictures of this afternoon and get those laminated. A laminator is literally, I think it's like less than $30, and the laminating pouches are really cheap. I think they end up being like 15 cents a piece. I use my laminator for all of my market pricing. I've just found this to be so much easier. I know some people use like chalkboard signs, or they buy custom signage, whatever works for you, but I literally just laminate cardstock and call it a day. And then a lot of times I can reuse these depending on what it is. And then I can make my own signage. Again, I'm limited on the sizing, but I just make it as big as I can and call it a day. It works for me. Okay, I needed to pack up the stickers, which I've already done. I need to package the bookmarks, not package, like just pack, because they're things that I have in my room. I need to pack up all this new inventory after I take pictures this afternoon. So I got this worked out. I told my daughter we're going to wait till it warms up. I'm going to get as much done in here as I can. I don't even think, yeah, I didn't even brush my hair. I'm on my second cup of coffee. So if I'm talking really fast, I tried my husband's Black Rifle and I am like, whoo. And then we will go to the park. We'll go to the library. We'll do what she wants to do to fill her love bucket. We'll read some books. We'll play outside. And then I told her, but after lunch, I have to come in here and take pictures, because after lunch is when the sunlight is absolutely perfect in my room. I'm also curious how I'm going to pack up the jumbo bags, because I don't want to squish them. I know, I mean, you can like beef them back up, but I don't know. I haven't crossed that bridge. I also wanted to get just a few more crochet kits done. Again, this is a market I can't actually bring my physical plushies because they were maxed out. It's a juried event. I have 2 of the strawberry ones and 3 of the black and white ones done. So I think I'm just going to use that and call it a day. Okay, so some troubleshooting things. So anytime you have a new product that you're going to take to market, you have to think of how you're going to display it with all your other stuff. It sometimes requires some moving around, some, you know, what you always put in this basket might change, you know, that kind of thing. And so I have in my head how I want it to go. I want to put them on my grid walls. I have these shelves and pegs that I use for my grid walls. But if for some reason that doesn't work, I want to have a backup plan, because this is an overnight trip. I can't just run home. So I have these baskets that I got, I think at Walmart, like literally probably 10 plus years ago. I used them in my classroom at one point. I did clean them. They're just really good baskets. The only thing is they're gold. Like, I really wish I could have found some white or black even. So I try not to use them, but they are a really great size as a backup plan for something. The other thing that became a good issue last year, a good problem to have, was my magnetic bookmarks. So this is how I organize the magnetic bookmarks in my room, and this is how I hang them when we're at markets. Now, when I get orders for them, I don't usually put a hang tag on them. I will only put hang tags on them when I'm going to market. So like, obviously this one has not sold since I've been to market. And so the issue is there's so many breeds that I can't possibly hang them all up. And then people think, oh, you don't have my breed. And so what I think I'm going to do is put some of the most popular breeds up on the grid walls because it got to where it was taking up like 2 grid wall panels just to hang all the breeds. And that's way too much space. And so I came up with a master breed list, like small, medium, large, and extra large. And I'm just gonna like put this like at the bottom of the grid wall. So if people don't see their breed, they can like look through the list. And all the extras, I'm going to just have down in these baskets. It's gonna look less messy than this, but I'm gonna try that. A couple weeks ago, I went ahead and printed like a bunch of my printables just to have on hand since I have several markets coming up, and I knew I would be really busy trying to get the 1/4-2 crochet kit out and everything. And I only print in bulk like this, things that I know I will use, so I try not to waste. If you're new to my channel, I try and make as many of my own printables as possible just to save money. I'm not at a point in my business where I'm too busy, because once I make the graphic, like once I design it on Canva, the work behind it is done. All I have to do is print it and cut it out. Like that really doesn't take me that much time. And it's something that I can do, you know, I don't have to be in my room to do it. I can be cutting these while I'm watching TV in the evening or while my daughter's playing. You know, I don't have to be in my room. So I printed, these are the magnetic bookmark like cards that I put inside the little plastic thingy. Here, let me show you. This is a Boston Terrier. This is really, really popular. He's so cute. And so then I just clip it like this, and then I put the plastic around it. And if it's going to hang, then I put the hang tag on it. I design everything in Canva. That reminds me of this really important point. This is more something I would normally talk about like on an actual market vlog, which I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to attempt to do a start to finish market vlog tomorrow, but I'll be with my husband and I feel really silly filming in front of him, even though he's like my biggest cheerleader. So this is how I look at the whole customer experience when it comes to in-person markets. I want to make everyone that comes either through my booth, they interact with me like verbally, any kind of interaction in my booth, verbal and nonverbal, I want to provide a really good positive customer experience for them, not just because I want to, and this is my business, but like I want them to have an overall awesome, comfortable, chill experience and just kind of take it all in, because it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters if they buy from you because this is a business and we're trying to make money, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily a negative if they don't buy from you in that moment, because I can't tell you the number of times that I've had later purchases at another event. They're like, oh, I saw you at such and such and your stuff was so pretty. And then they buy from me then, or they go to the website, or they tell a friend, like so-and-so told me about your bookmarks and I had to get one for my fur baby. Whatever it is, every interaction matters to me. And so that's why I just try to provide an overall great experience and just positive all around, because you never know who's coming through your booth. So just, I don't know how to end that thought, but that's just kind of what was going through my mind when I saw these market coupons. I am so scattered today. My daughter's literally right outside my room making noise because we're about to go to the park. So I will see you later this afternoon.
Parents found a boy from New York City, and she had no choice but to say yes. But even then, she couldn't forget when they shared the sweetest kiss. He brought his pipe up to his lips and said, all the stars in the eastern sky couldn't bring me back. But he left her in the morning without a goodbye.
I hope I take one group photo of all the things. This might just be like the best idea I've ever had. Oh my gosh, this is so, like, I am speechless at how good these look. Now I'm trying to think, what else can I make that is like all the matchy-matchy? I think I might be onto something. I don't know, we'll see. You know how sometimes you envision things going a certain way and then customers will really, really like it and it doesn't quite go that way? I really hope it goes that way because these look so good. Oh my gosh, I am so proud of myself. Okay, so friends, I'm gonna end this video here. I have a lot more to get done and I just don't need to be fiddling with the camera at much, but I will end here in just a minute with some pan shots of some of the sets that are gonna be in the launch on April the 4th, Friday, April the 4th at 5 p.m. Central. And if you're not following me on Instagram, once again, follow me on there because I'll like put reminders and countdowns and be showing everything that's going to be in the launch, including the clothing that kind of matches the vibe. So yeah, I'm going to start filming tomorrow for the market vlog. So if you want to come back next week and see how all of this did at the market, and if you're interested in market vlogs at all, make sure you go check out my new market vendor series. By the time this goes live, I will have had 2 episodes out and the 3rd one will be coming out right after this one. Friends, thank you so much for watching. If you don't mind all the mom mess and chickie talk, probably gonna be some gardening thrown in there soon, along with how I run my small business out of my home. Please give my channel a like and subscribe. It helps other people like you find my channel as well. And I will see you next week for the market vlog. Bye friends.